you came to America in 1963.
64.
64. And prior to that, you were living in India. Can you tell us a little bit about what your life was like in India, what you were doing?
In India, I played the role of a seeker, and here also I am playing the role of a seeker.
Playing the role of a, pardon me?
Seeker. And I was in a spiritual community for 20 years, and I practiced their spiritual discipline.
And at what point were you ready, if that is the word?
In 1964, I got an inner command to come to America and serve the aspiring mankind.
What is it that you believe? What is it that you teach?
I believe in dedicated service to mankind, and I feel each individual being has some capacity to serve God inside human beings.
Have you found it difficult to bring Eastern thought and Eastern religion to a Western culture that's very much, as I'm sure you have observed, caught up in the day-to-day grind, the busyness, the sometimes almost manic pursuit of materialism?
In my case, the experience is totally different. Here I have found the West is considerably receptive, so I found no difficulty in offering my dedicated service to the seekers in America and the West.
I read somewhere that I think at the age of 12 you had some sort of sign that this is what you should do with your life. Can you tell me about that?
At the age of 12, I attained to my highest, my own highest consciousness. And then from that time on, I have been trying to reveal by the infinite grace of the Supreme what I had achieved.
What was that experience when you were 12? What happened to you?
An experience of inseparable and eternal oneness with my inner pilot.
What do you mean when you say inner pilot?
The inner pilot is he who not only guides me as an individual, but who guides the entire universe.
Do you believe in a God or a supreme being that is like the God that most of us who were raised in Western religion believe in?
I do believe in a God, the supreme being. Also, in my case, I see and feel that God can take any form He wants to. And God can be an infinite energy, God can be infinite light, God can be anything He wants to. He is with form, and at the same time He can be without any form.
Does He exist within?
He exists within, He exists without. He is everywhere. He is within each individual, again He is without each individual.
That you have what could be considered a rather typical, probably highly pressurized 9 to 5, although I'm sure the hours are longer than that, job. What does being a follower of Sri Chinmoy's mean to you, and how are you able to deal with this day-to-day pressure and yet follow him as well?
Sri Chinmoy and meditation has taught me that inside myself and inside everyone there's a different kind of dimension. There's a very beautiful, very powerful, very fulfilling reality. It's like a different country, and it's a very exciting place, a very beautiful place. And through meditation and through Sri Chinmoy's guidance, I'm learning to go to this place and live in this place. Sri Chinmoy is like a visitor from this other world to this world to show his followers how to reach this other world.
Can you visit this other place that you're talking about that I'm sure is arrived through meditation?
Yes,
Yeah.
you visit it through meditation, and eventually through meditation you actually bring it from within oneself to this outer world. So eventually, at some point, I could go to my job and actually offer some of this reality just to people I might work with, just because it will have become a part of my own life.
This is how I meditate and my students meditate.
I noticed as you were meditating, not them but you, there was rapid eye movement on your part.
My consciousness was flying from one plane of reality to another.
And when you go to that other plane, is there some idea that comes into your mind?
It is not an idea. I actually experience light and delight, and also bring down light and delight for my students.
We have to take a break, and when we get back, I'm going to ask you if it's possible for all of us to attain this. Is it possible for all of us to achieve this? Or do you think that the people who are sitting with you here today and the people who follow you around the world are chosen or called in some way as you were, and then it may mean that I can lead my whole life and I won't be?
No, it is possible for each and every individual to attain to this state of consciousness. God realization or God discovery is not the sole monopoly of an individual. So here there are quite a few students, and these students will eventually reach this state of consciousness, and you also, all those who are interested in the spiritual life are bound to realize this state. It is a matter of time. Today I am doing it, tomorrow you will be able to do it easily, and the day after tomorrow the rest can do it.
And if one does not reach this state of God realization, does it mean that we have failed inside?
No, nobody fails. It is only an experience. This experience you will get today and somebody will get it tomorrow. There is no such thing as failure in God's consciousness. Only it is a matter of time. If I am ready, today I will achieve it, and if you are ready, tomorrow you will achieve it. So nobody will remain unrealized in God's creation. It is a matter of time. Whoever is ready, God will grant him the capacity to realize him. O Lord Supreme, do tell me only once that you are mine and I am yours. Your smile of love nectar is the company of my life and the light of my death. In heaven and on earth, do tell me only once that my heart is all yours.
You are a man of extraordinary artistic ability. To what do you attribute your ability to write 800 poems in a day and paint thousands of paintings?
I attribute my ability to the Supreme within me. First of all, I used to make it very clear that it is not I who have achieved this. It is the Supreme within me used me as an instrument of His to achieve this for the aspiring mankind.
Mm-hmm. What is your feeling about death and reincarnation?
I have written considerably on death and reincarnation, and I feel that death is like a room in our apartment, and life is another room. When I need activities, when I have to show my friends that I am alive during the day, And I live in the life room, the room that is called life, and at night when I retire, I take rest. That time I live in death room. There are two rooms. One is the life room, and the other one is death room. Both are necessary at the present state of our evolution.
And when we die, do we come back? Do you believe in reincarnation?
I do believe in reincarnation, precisely because in one incarnation we cannot complete our game. At the age of 4, somebody had a desire, and it took him many, many years to fulfill that desire. Here on earth, nobody will remain unsatisfied. So one has to give time, enough time, in order to achieve the thing he needs in his own life.
And are you aware of what you were in another life?
Yes, I am fully aware of what I was in previous lives, but only I do not tell them in public because it creates unnecessary curiosity. And this curiosity, sense of curiosity, does not help anybody in the spiritual life.
Mm-hmm. Why do you feel that those of you who were raised, as I say, in Western religions, feel a need to follow Sri Chinmoy? What is it that he offers that whatever religion you were brought up, all of you were brought up, does not fulfill?
Well, we find that Sri Chinmoy, in meditation, is able to bring the reality which we seek in religion right in front of us, right before our very eyes. When he enters meditation or enters into trance, we have the very powerful feeling inside ourselves that he's seeing God and speaking to God, and this is very inspiring to us and makes us feel God's reality in a very tangible way. Whereas in the religion we were brought up in, God was a very abstract, aloof concept, whereas now it's a very real part of our lives.
And personal.
Yes, very personal.
Highly